Moving tonight, she hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in from
We have video this time. Wow.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome
Hello.
to the second of the podcasts. Today we're going to talk about what we've been doing over the quarantino, and then maybe what we plan to do in the future while we're off school or during the season. So, Feynman, do you want to start with what you've been doing, what you've been working on?
Sure. So in the beginning of quarantine, I was contacted by one of our former team members whose mom works at one of the local hospitals, and they were requesting these surgical mask straps to help them from rubbing their ears raw when they were wearing their masks. So since I have a 3D printer at my house, I was able to print over 250 of these surgical mask straps and deliver it to 2 local hospitals and then the hospital at UCSF. So that was the main thing I did.
Nice. That's cool. Very helpful. I've been working on some stuff, mainly just coding stuff because I'm on the programming department, if you don't know. And I was kind of working on just prototyping, code prototyping things for next season. Kind of a sort of starting on path following related things, trajectory related things. So so that's something that we wanted to do last season, that we kind of did for autonomous, and it kind of worked, but it wasn't really all that good. So hopefully, yeah.
I mean, as one of the drivers, I must say it was probably one of the most helpful features that we've ever had on a robot.
The
little
auto aiming, or
feature.
yeah. So we also did tracking to aim at the target, but what I've been working on is sort of coming up with better ideas to how to drive during autonomous, and be accurate when driving, because if you do it with timers and stuff like that, it's often not very accurate. If you tell the robot to drive for this amount of time and then turn for this amount of time at this speed, you end up with inaccuracies with the wheels and then wheel slip and what material you're on and things like that. So the whole idea with this is just trying to avoid that by actually taking measurements of where the wheels are, and using them to correct, sort of.
Right. It's not first Lego League. What about you, Kevin?
Well, I'm in the electrical department, and my old fan was bad, right? So I was like, what if I got a new fan and hooked it up? And to my surprise, it was a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be. And it took me a couple hours, but I got it in, and knowing the stuff from robotics kind of helped a lot.
Kevin did surgery on a fan.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like to hear.
And it hasn't fallen yet.
It hasn't. That's the main
That's
thing.
surprising.
It's a miracle.
Yeah. It's a miracle.
It's kind of over my bed too, so while I'm sleeping, I just kind of.
It's just gonna tear itself apart while you're asleep. Yeah. You been working on anything, Allie?
I mean, nothing really mechanical related. I think the most mechanical related thing I've done is probably fix my bed, because
nice.
the bed, the bracket just snapped, so we had to go fix it. So that was fun. So I had to screw things back in with just a screwdriver and a little thingamabob, because I forget names, a wrench. Aha. But nothing really that exciting, though. I have been growing many plants, and I'm very excited for all of them.
Nice.
Robotics in the real world.
Yes, fixing a bed.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, well, I think safe to say we've all been doing a whole lot of nothing
Yeah,
for the most part.
lots of
Definitely
waiting.
not much robotics related stuff. I know a lot of people have different ideas for what we can improve in this coming season, specifically for our robot or for any robot. Do you guys have any specific ideas in your departments for things that could be improved, things that you could work on, things you're thinking about now?
Yes. I think one of the, even though it was on the last year's robot was substantially more organized than the year before.
The electrical
I feel
board?
like it still wasn't. Yeah, I feel like it still wasn't that organized.
Right.
It was better. That doesn't mean it was great. So I feel like that's something that at least the electrical department should like strive for.
By the way, I don't think I introduced Kevin at the beginning of this. This is Kevin right here. He wasn't on the last podcast, but he is joining us this time and probably will be in future podcasts. He's also on our team. Electrical, future electrical lead.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Did we say what departments we were in?
I think we did
we
last
did.
time. Did we?
I don't
No.
remember.
Probably not. Well, I'm in electrical.
Yeah. Kevin's in electrical. I'm in programming.
I'm in fabrication.
I'm in fabrication slash PR.
Yep. There you go. This is an extremely organized podcast.
Perfect. Well, I mean, in terms of fabrication stuff, I think personally, I want to kind of scrap our shooter design because it was good to start with, but as the season went on, it kind of fell off. Well, not physically fell off, but like the performance degraded. And we also don't really have a climber, so that's a big priority.
Yeah. Yeah, the climber is important because they weight the climb like crazy. You know, it's worth a bunch. So, and that's something we talked about in the last podcast was, you know,
Right.
the points, the point distribution, as far as like the climb is kind of crazy because you can basically win if you get all 3 robots off the ground. So yeah, climb is important. Color wheel, not so important.
Yeah. Allie, do you have some PR wise?
PR wise, I feel like we really need to work on our branding. Like, I've noticed a lot on our team ever since I've joined that our logos change. Like we always change the logo for the game, of course, but like our team, like the original design always changes. And that is becoming a problem because if we want to have like a steady like foundation as like our team, like look at Citrus Circuits, they have a logo, it's solid, it stays easily adaptable. We need something like that. And so for me, I would really like to work with a bunch of designers with our school and in our team to see what we can come up with and really like solidify our design because after that
nice.
we can like put that on everything on our robot and it'll look 10 times cooler. So
yeah,
from a design standpoint, that's where I think needs the most improvement.
Yeah.
Visual points. Yeah.
It's also the LEDs, which is something that we kind of worked on. Yeah, visual points. Kind of worked on last season a little bit. Putting the LEDs
In
on there.
contrast
We've actually
to a couple years ago when they lit on fire.
right. We've worked on it a couple years. The first year we tried, they kind of caught on fire a little bit, and then last year they worked, but we ended up not using them. I think for some reason, and then hopefully this coming year we can use them. They're also a good thing to give to a team member if you just want them to have something to do, like if they don't have much else to do, because with like a fairly large programming department like we have, it's common for at least one member to not really have a job from time to time. So LEDs are good for that. Visual points is very much a thing when it comes to getting awards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to see our team work more with outreach. Like we already have Fineman's he helps mentors an FLO team, and so do I. But if we get some more involvement in that, because once we start like doing more and more, we have then like if the more outreach we get, that means more members can go out and do things. That means people aren't like sitting around doing nothing, which means our team like actually has things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to see more of that. So then like number one, like we help impact our community, which is awesome, and we get a huge draw for our members.
Yeah.
So like it would just be a great thing all around to do.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Well, so schools are definitely doing distance learning for the first part of the school year. Hopefully, at least during spring semester, we can be a little bit more opened up.
I guess that kind of sucks for us as well, because we just got like a new campus and everything.
Yeah. Our school just got a new campus. We just moved from what is basically a parking lot campus to an actual campus. So it kind of sucked that this was the year that all this happened. But hopefully we'll get to go to that campus at some point. That would be nice. They're also going to build us a new robotics building there, which will be cool.
Is that what that construction is?
I don't know, but that I don't think that'll be this year.
Yeah, but none of us are gonna get to experience it.
Yeah.
All the funding is coming. Like, there's like a 7-year plan, like supposedly, if they actually do anything. Because not getting to that secret knowledge, but it's supposed to happen in like the next 7 years with a contract with the school district. So hopefully we'll have a new facility, like a new gym, a new science buildings, and of course our robotics. I know. Regulation sucks.
Never had one of those before.
Whoa.
Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this very interesting podcast, be sure to leave a like. If you want, subscribe. If you want to see more. Hopefully, we'll be doing more better podcasts when we have more interesting things to talk about. But for now, thank you for watching.
Tonight, cheers only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in from bloody fights. Bullet wings reflect the stars that guide towards salvation.